Saber-toothed cats were large felines that roamed the earth for millions of years. In this video, we count down 10 amazing facts about saber-toothed cats. When people mention saber-toothed cats, they're usually talking about one very specific creature, Smilodon fatalis. But over a dozen prehistoric felines had abnormally large fangs, and despite widespread belief, none of them were true tigers. In addition, many non-cat predators are sometimes colloquially called saber-toothed cats, including the 9-million-year-old Nimmervites catacopus, a relative of both felines and hyenas that doesn't belong to either group. Two holes on a 1.75-million-year-old hominid skull from the Republic of Georgia perfectly match the elongated canines of either the lion-sized Homotherium or its smaller cousin, Megantherium. Since both wounds appear in the braincase back and bottom, it's likely that whichever cat was responsible pinned the victim down face up, placed its mouth over the top of the hominid's head, and buried its teeth near the spinal cord. The Machaerodonts comprise an extinct subfamily that includes the majority of saber-toothed felines. Using a few anatomical details, scientists have identified two primary subgroups. The first was scimitar-toothed cats, like Homotherium, which were likely agile hunters with broad, shorter canines. And the second was dirk-tooths, like Smilodon, which had long, thin fangs and heavy-set bodies. But some Machaerodonts aren't easily categorized. Florida's Xenosmilis, for example, rocked both scimitar canines and the squat, muscular legs of a dirk-tooth. During the last ice age, Smilodon had to compete with the American lion, Panthera leo atrox, a huge animal that was about 25% bigger than its modern-day namesake. The lynx and pumas we all know today were also around at the time, as was a speedy cheetah-like predator called Maracinonyx. In Europe, Homotherium shared its landscape with Panthera leo spalea, also known as the cave lion. At least one species appears to have been social. The remains of 19 adult Homotherium and 13 juveniles were found in Texas's Friesenhahn Cave, along with upwards of 300 milk teeth from young mammoths. Scientists theorized that the cave was home to a pride that dragged elephantine herbivores back to eat. Another site, in Tennessee, supports this hypothesis. 2 full-grown Homotherium and a cub were discovered with several mastodons. In 2007, paleontologist Stephen Rowe was part of a team that digitally reconstructed this cat's skull along with modern lions. The study revealed that Smilodon could only chomp down with 1/3 of the force that lions exert today. For all its reputation, Smilodon had a wimpy bite, Rowe said. But what this animal lacked in strength, it made up for in flexibility. A Smilodon's jaws were capable of opening at an astounding 120-degree angle. By comparison, a lion's jaws max out at 60 degrees. Relative to other felines, the predator had disproportionately thick front legs, so, as Julie Meechan of Des Moines University told Live Science, Smilodon must have used its forelimbs more than any other cats did. To understand why, just look at its fangs. Tigers, panthers, and even scimitar-tooths have canines that are circular in cross-section. This common design helps prevent the teeth from fracturing. But Smilodon's canines were long and narrow, making them far easier to break. By taking a bite out of struggling targets, the big cat risked snapping a tooth. So, just to be safe, it probably immobilized its dinner first, using those forelimbs. Then, Smilodon might have used its teeth to cleanly slice through its prey's jugular and windpipe. But some scientists hypothesized that, based on its strong neck, The cat might have repeatedly stabbed its prey, slasher movie style, by thrusting its head back and forth. Then again, this seems like an awkward technique, especially when a bite to the throat or abdomen no doubt meant death via blood loss. Thousands of Smilodon bones have been found at the La Brea tar pits. This Los Angeles, California landmark has yielded more than 130,000 Smilodon bones, and counting, which represent at least 2,000 individual animals. Why'd they all gather here? A vicious cycle was at work. Whenever some big vegetarian like a mammoth or bison got stuck in the tar, it would attract predators, who were also ensnared. Their own corpses drew over more flesh eaters, adding to the body count. Ultimately, around 90% of La Brea's fossils came from assorted carnivores. Like Smilodon, a species known as Xenosmelus had teeth that demanded a specialized mouth, so, as researcher Virginia Naples explained to Life Science, it had to have lips that could stretch to allow the jaws to open wide, so the lips must have been bigger and looser than modern cats. It probably had jowls like a St. Bernard, and probably drooled like one too. Smilodon canines grew rapidly. While an adolescent lion's canines grow approximately 3 mm (0.1 inches) every month, Smilodon's came in at twice that speed, according to a recent analysis by a team of researchers from 4 U.S. institutions. They reached this estimated rate by looking at the oxygen isotopes and teeth from La Brea Smilodon specimens. Cubs had baby sabers, which the team concludes were shed when they reached 20 months of age or so. Afterwards, permanent adult ones began coming in. At about age 3, young Smilodons had fully formed 7-inch canines.